name is Pocious, and I'm a PhD student in the Dubinsky Lab at Iowa State University. Our lab is part of the Iowa Monarch Conservation Consortium, and what we're trying to do is a series of experiments that will contribute to a habitat conservation plan for the monarch butterfly within the state of Iowa. So one of the first things we're interested in is to see what milkweed species would be the best food plants for monarch caterpillars. And in Iowa we have 18 native species, 9 of which we can actually get seeds for that are commercially available. So in this study, we did a complete block design, and we added one little tiny monarch caterpillar on each plant and watched them for 5 days to see how big they got, how quickly they gained weight, what instar they made it to in that time frame, and we came out with some really interesting results. Normally, when we think of conservation, we think of common milkweed and how many stems of common milkweed we need to boost up the monarch population in that breeding range. But we have a lot more options than just that one plant. And so, if you take a look at this graph, this is larval mass on your y-axis and all of the 9 milkweed species that I worked with on the x-axis here. And it turned out that there are kind of 3 tiers among these 9 species. The top tier, we didn't expect to see any of those species shake out this way. Actually, the plant where larvae were the heaviest was Asclepias verticillata, or world milkweed, and this is really interesting because this milkweed has tiny, almost pine needle-like leaves, so you'd never think that the larvae would do that well. Also in this top tier is Asclepias exaltata and Asclepias hurtella, which are not too common on the landscape, but they seem to really do well. And rounding out that top tier is common milkweed, which we all know and love. A lot of the other common garden plants, they did well, but not as well, on swamp milkweed, showy milkweed, prairie milkweed, and butterfly milkweed. And then what was most surprising to us was that the vining milkweed, Cynanchum laevae, they didn't do as well at all, and that is in direct contradiction to results from a study done in Kentucky in which caterpillars did super well. To the same effect, the monarchs that were reared on this vine milkweed, commonly known as blue vine milkweed, did not make it to the 3rd instar, so they were also developmentally lagging behind those fed the other 8 species. Overall, they survived well, so all 9 species could be used for monarch habitat restoration, but I would probably recommend staying away from Cynanchum laevae, especially if you're in a northern latitude.